we've been working with Sony for about 9 months, and we started the project by going to Tokyo to see the labs and see what sort of technology they're working with. And we found that this new type of speaker that they've developed was a really interesting technology. We wanted to develop that further so that we could suggest ways of how that could be adapted in the home. So, for example, it could be used for to incorporate lighting as well. So, for instance, you could have a lamp over your kitchen table, which is actually amazing quality soundscape as well. But there'll be no indication of the
yeah, the ambition was to try and take forms which you, I suppose, which are archetypal of the domestic landscape, and just subtly and invisibly give them a technological characteristic.
The thing about these speakers is that they work in 360 degrees instead of the traditional speaker. Eventually, you have you have to face it in certain directions, directional objects. These give sound in all directions. So, by hanging a lamp, for example, over a table, it's perfect in the kitchen. So you have this perfect sound quality from all sides of the room.
Without the need of another, a black box in the corner.
And also, you have cabling that already goes to a light, so all that's already integrated into these.
So the idea is with the archetype, each one has its own identity and its own sort of material quality, which in some way represents a part of the house or an existing piece of an existing archetype of furniture or product that you're already familiar with at home. And then using Sony's technology, that then sort of inhabits it in some way and converts it into a speaker.
Okay. And can you talk a little bit about the collaboration with Sony? It's a bit different from your previous collaborations, so could you maybe discuss some challenges that you had and also perks from working together?
I mean, the project's been very fast track. We've started, as I said, in August last year, and we've worked very closely with Sony's technical team on the projects. So,
I mean, I think one thing that's been really interesting is the fact that we've got no experience in working in this world, audio visual world. And I think so. In terms of the collaboration, it's been a two-way thing where they've brought their technical expertise and we've brought our understanding of the way people, of contemporary design, I suppose, and the way people, the objects that people like to surround themselves. And in some ways, the naivety that we brought to the project from our lack of technical expertise, I think, has probably helped the process because we sort of approached it in a way in which we wouldn't have if we'd already known what the outcome would be. So it's sort of, in some ways, the naivety has been a real benefit because we've just looked at things in a way and with their technical expertise help, we've got something really interesting.
And also the forms that we've designed are very simple and quite low tech. Forms low tech, but there's a lot of very high tech technology inside the speakers. But when you first see them, they look very, very simple, hopefully quite friendly objects. And I think that was the contrast that we were trying to create, so that these things that didn't look so technical and look like they should be compartmentalised as technology in the home, they could actually integrate much better with furniture and really general.
That's what I thought was really successful, like walking into the space. You didn't feel like it was, I guess, an installation about electronics. It was more like a very, it was very well connected. It felt like...
Well, we wanted it to feel like a laboratory, really. We didn't want to feel like a technology fair.
Yeah.
So it's quite raw down there, really, in the way in which we put it together. But it is truly designed to be like an anechoic chamber that you find for the science experimental lab.
There's nothing in that whole space downstairs where it's commercially available. So they're all experiments. There's nothing at all that you can take with you. And I think it's really important that visitors understand that because these are just almost working programs. It's the next step using their technology. And then if these things were to become commercial products, there'd be a lot of many steps to go.
But do you see this as kind of the direction that home accessories and pieces are going towards? This kind of seamless...
Yeah, I think so. I think the way that technology has condensed somewhat over the years in that with the advent of things like the smartphones, where you have a camera and you have your MP3 player and you have your phone and the internet, everything on one very small piece of technology. So a lot of these objects in the domestic landscape are starting to disappear, especially with stereo equipment as well, like certain CD players and amplifiers and obviously vinyl, record players, all that stuff disappeared. So technology is being integrated in different ways into the home, and I think this is a really good starting point, an interesting way to show which direction that might go.
I think the thing to say is that, I mean, without doubt, people always want to listen to music. It's one thing which, even though technology has gone all over the place in recent past, I think people will forever want to hear music. And I think to be able to integrate that into the home in this sort of subliminal way, almost, it's really well. I think it's the future.
Great. Thank you.